After 6 weeks of smashing each other to pieces. Champions Cup Season 20 playoffs are here, and it's time for the live draw where we all get nervous, all get excited, and then a lot of us feel like we've just wasted 6 weeks when we come into the worst team possible. Today we have a debut on the show, and I'd like to welcome the Necro King himself, Ali RD. How are you doing, buddy? Hey man, hey, everyone's a king on my show. Hey, they can't. If anyone disagrees, they've got to come through me. And if they still disagree, I'll tip their team to win the thing. So we were all right. You're all right. You're the king. No one dare go against me. No one dare go against me. So yeah, it's good. I mean, obviously, a lot of us were cheering for you to try and get that Necro spot, and that nasty dandy came in late and took it off you. So maybe he'll have to. Maybe, yeah, he did play well, but maybe we give him the Bernie's tip. You know, just for the fun of it. But yeah, I mean, this was like you were saying off air. This was your first season in the Sea Ladder. How did it go? How did you feel? Did you enjoy it? Did you think it was what it was cracked up to be? Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was unlucky because obviously I played and you played extremely well, but it was just unfortunate for you with that. Oh wait up, can't hear Ali. Oh wait up, you can't hear Ali. Let's have a look. Just check my settings. You might have to go into your settings because I think mine are okay. But I'll have a look on mine. Yeah, mine's okay. So, oh, you got it now.
Yeah, it reverted back to do not allow for some reason.
Rooney said tell them tune into me. Yeah, about right. Okay, all right. So, take two. So, Ali.
Can you hear me now? There's the first question.
Let's see if they can hear you, because that was a really good bit of see. There he is. Right. Okay. So I'll ask you the question.
You can ask this again, and my answer now is going to be
completely different. Yeah, but I mean, obviously this was your first season. I thought you did really, really well. The unlucky thing for you was late on. There was a lot of Necro coaches pushing, wasn't they? And it wasn't clear that it wasn't clear until probably the last few days that Shod was going to go Chaos. So obviously you're all fighting, and then you're running into all these kill teams like Bezo's going about with his Chaos Dwarf kill team, and there's various other kill teams out there, and I really felt sorry for you because you kept having that knack of running into all these kill teams, and unfortunately that's what
I think, as I called it, it was the Chorf Gauntlet. There was, I think, about 6 games where I just lost every single one, and it's like afterwards it's like, oh, you played very well. It's like, doesn't really matter though.
That's it, isn't it? It's you can play well and still lose, Kai. That's unfortunately the way it is. But I mean, what did you think of the Champion Ladder? Did you think it was always cracked up to be? Did you enjoy it? I mean, I know you're back for this season coming up now, but what did you think about it?
No, I thought it was terrible.
Yeah.
No, yeah. As I was saying. Before everybody could hear me. Realistically, I came into the season anyway, just looking to get a feel for what it was like, because I've played online in OCC, going back to, I'm trying to think, maybe about 5 or 6 years now. Back in Blood Bowl 1, round about season 13 OCC, and they had about 30 odd seasons before Blood Bowl 2.
Yeah.
So I've played online a bit, but just in league formats. So it was, as I said, it was the case where leagues, your lower levels, you'll probably actually move up the league anyway, regardless of your results, just because of people re-rolling above you. So your focus is on just developing the team.
Yeah.
With Champions Ladder, it's a case of, yeah, you have to develop the team, but you can't afford as many draws as you might in a league as draws or losses as you would in a league format. You have to minimise those, but at the same time also developing the team. So it is a different approach to the game altogether. There's still a long view to it, but not quite as distant, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
you have to focus on the result. You have to focus on what you need to achieve, but at the same time minimising the risks. I think.
Yeah, I think what you'll find out, and probably you found out in your first attempt on the Champions Ladder, you really want to lock down your qualification spot if you can before the last, say, week and a half.
Yeah.
Because that's when you run into a lot of the kill teams who are just there to go, yay, let's kill stuff.
They're trying to clear the board for the rest of their teams.
Yeah, exactly. And then we've had him before with certain coaches. I won't name it, but coaches will qualify with their team, then they'll go and make a grief team. Then you go trying to gun out the playoff teams and then moan about other people not playing fair.
Do you know what? I think that in itself is an okay strategy.
It is. It's a smart strategy. I don't think it's very sportsmanship, but it is efficient.
It's a tactic that will work if you do it well.
It will, absolutely will. There's no doubt about that. But I see the only issue. Apart from it's not very sportsmanship, but that's not the point. The point I see with this is, and I've seen with kill teams before, is they don't care about winning, so they'll try and wreck the other team, but then give away free wins. So it's like I had it before where I've had kill teams against me, and people just trying to kill my team. It's like, all right, this is really easy game. You're just outpositioning yourself. You're just not even bothered about the ball. I'll just go and score a few TDs, and if you're lucky, you might maybe injure one of my players, but then that's unfair on the other teams what are trying to beat me for that spot because I'm just getting free wins more of the times.
Yeah.
So it is a smart move. So, but at the same time, I don't know. I just like to try and play fair, and I just think it's a bit of a douchebag move.
I do agree to that extent, but it's one of the ones where if you're going to run a kill team in addition to the team you want to qualify, play properly. Try and mess up the other teams, but at the same time push for a win as well, because beating the teams is going to hurt them just as much as killing them.
Exactly, and that's what I could never understand, because but I don't know.
Hello Shod as well. Congratulations on qualifying.
Yeah, I bet I'll come against Shod. I had him last season. Only because Arzawin's not here doesn't mean you can play me every season now, Shod, and pick on me. Yeah. So there's gonna be words if I get you, Shod, you're getting the Bernie's tip. I don't care. I'm making sure you go down if you're against me. But yeah, there's a lot of really good teams again this season, and it'll be interesting to see who does what. Is there any team what you thought while playing obviously with the Necro, what you thought, oh God, it's got a really good chance of winning the thing? Was there any team you saw?
Well, that's the thing. Obviously, Berzo's team is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
He could just murder his way to a title really with that thing. And then I'm trying to think, because I'll be honest, at the moment, the only thing that's sticking in my mind is all of the kill teams that I kept hitting at the end of the season. It's like everything else has just been blacked out from the trauma. But yeah, there's definitely a few teams in there, like Shagraf's taking his dwarfs, I just noticed.
Yeah, I mean, the interesting with that, when we can say this now, he had a chance against his Orcs, but he drew his last game, so he didn't qualify. But he'd already told, I think, Mercy that he was going to go Dwarfs over Orcs, and we was all like, wow, really? I mean, them Orcs are really, really good, but he wanted Dwarfs. It's funny, though, because Shagrath runs into Dwarfs a lot in the playoffs, and the Dwarfs usually knock him out, so he hates Dwarfs with a passion. So he's thought, you know what, this season, I'm going to be the Dwarfs. No Dwarfs knocking me out. I'm going to be the Dwarfs this season. So that's always good. And Annie, no, we haven't. Like I do it every season, I try and basically talk crap for 10 minutes, or get an intelligent person like Halloween and he'll just talk sense, and then we'll do the draw. So no, Nani will be doing the draw in a few minutes, so you all get to enjoy the stress the same as me. As always, my apologies if I pick a bad team for you. Honestly, I have no influence on it. I just press a button, honest. But yeah, I mean, talking about Bezos' team didn't make the playoffs. He was devastated. Absolutely devastated they made the playoffs, because he was like, Bernie, that team could have won everything. But they just didn't win often. They just wrecked teams. That's the thing. They just absolutely killed teams.
So I think, realistically, I mean, there's you've got a 2,000 team value Wood Elf team for.
Yeah.
I mean, what even is that? So good agility teams are always in with a chance. So you've got them, and then the Dark Elves. Jim's Necro I'd probably put ahead of Dandy's, and that's not because Dandy knocked me out of the running. It's a better development on there, I think.
Yeah.
And then you've just got your kill teams that could just really mess people up. Obviously, you've got Tripperus and your own Nurgle as well. There's a lot of high team value Chorson available. The Chaos could kill anything they like. So
yeah, it's always good, and this I'll say when you try tip a winner, it's always hard. It's always hard. It's we got a lot of good coaches. Sadly, a lot of times it is the dice what decided between two very good coaches. It really is, and like I've said before, I feel humble and lucky that I've won two of them. You know, if I'd have won one, I'd have been really happy between two, because a lot of the time, honestly, it's much to do with the dice and keeping your composure. Because they can be very stressful playoffs, and the further into the playoffs you get, the more stressful it gets. Even the quarterfinals is stressful, because you're thinking to yourself, "Oh my god, if I win this, I'll win myself €100, woohoo!" And then you get to the semi-finals, like, "Oh my god, if I win the semi-finals, I'm in the final, and I'm guaranteed €250." And then you get to the final, and you're like, "Oh my god, I could win the final." So it just ramps up all the time. And if you've never got that far, honestly, it is a lot more pressure than someone who doesn't. I mean, we saw our media player last season. He got to two finals, and he's a good coach. But my negative against him is I always think in a final, he's really, really nervous. He doesn't take finals very, very well. And he lost both finals. And it's really weird how our minds work. And like I say, it's all about the pressure. Even Carlson Cass with his ridiculous kill team of Chorfs, they even said, the moment got to me, being in the first final, it got to me, and he didn't play very well. And this is what can happen. So as well as the teams you've got and the dice, it's how you emotionally, deal with it. Oh crap, something bad happened. Don't do it. Don't do a kill zone, go off on one. You've got to keep, focused. And if you can do that,
Absolutely.
Then you've got a good chance of winning one. But
at the same time, I think, because I would always say, like, regardless of my win percentage, because I don't really buy into using the win percentage. It'll give an indication of how well somebody does, but it doesn't tell the full story. Much like the dice log, it's like the dice log might say you rolled 36s, but most of them were your own armor breaks.
Yeah.
And I think so. I would say that I'm a good player, but not great. And I think the difference you often find is like the great players, like people like Kful and things like that from tabletop. They can overcome their bad dice, so they can have a game where they keep rolling ones and skulls, so they just roll less dice, and they win it purely on positioning and things like that. And so I think that plays a big part in it. And at the same time, you can have really good players that just do nothing in playoffs. So if you go to if you look at the PC version, obviously you guys established quite clearly last time around in the cross-platform cup that turns out PC are the actual scrubs.
That's it. There's no PC guys in there. That's it. Benny's inciting the trolling again.
But you look at someone like Andy Davo, who if you watch his stream, he just steamrolls people throughout the seasons. He's won multiple leagues. He's won multiple tabletop tournaments. But he's never got past that first round in the playoffs itself.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. He keeps getting... I mean, to be fair, he has been unlucky a few times. But you can be as good as you like, but sometimes you just need luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Sometimes you need to know how to overcome your own bad luck, which is what sets me apart, I think.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, it is awkward, isn't it? I mean, I know he's got past the first round once because he beat Arza, wins Brett's, but yeah, he's a really good coach, is Davo. I love watching him. And yeah, it's very surprising that he's not got very far in it. But again, this is it. When you get to the playoffs, like I've said before, you know, the team was finished top of the ladder every season. Only once have they actually gone on and won the thing, and that was ours win. But in that season, he had an easy draw, really. He had plenty of teams where they'd only played 2-3 games, so you know he got a really nice draw. But majority of the time, believe it or not, the team what finished top go out first round. It's crazy. It's like it's cursed. And I kid you not, I would quite happily, if I was top, I would deliberately do my best to try and lose a game so I'm not top. Because
so now I know what I need to do this season. Season, if I qualify, I need
finish
to avoid
second.
I need to avoid your recommendation, and if I'm doing really well, just throw a couple of games towards the end.
There you go, you see, absolutely. Admin's telling players to throw games, whatever next. And you wonder why I get so much trouble. But yeah, basically that's it. Don't get the Bernie's tip, pay the man, and make sure you don't come first. Runamon said he's had a rumour that after season 21 there'll be no prize money. I don't know is the honest answer. I'm surprised that we've had it for so long because, let's be honest, they've not brought anything out at all. They've not brought anything out at all. They've not brought any more new teams out for a while. They've not put anything. Signs are bloody useless. It's like, let's get a uniform. I've already got them. What else am I going to, think? So, to me, they're giving us all this lovely money, and it's great. And what you got to remember is that they're doing this on 3 platforms. Xbox, PC, and PS4. So it's a lot of money every 6 weeks to losing. So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me that they're going to stop it if they do.
And even, obviously, the console player base is smaller. There's no... But even the PC player base, when you look at other games, is quite a small player base. So I think the fact is we've been largely living off of farming simulator money for quite a while now. Yeah.
I think the only surprise I've had is how long we've had this cash, because nobody expected to get this cash way back when we did it, and then all of a sudden, we thought maybe just a one-off thing. Then it was a 2-off thing. We thought, oh god, this is all right, and then eventually it's been on and on and on. But the money's going to stop sometime because they're not a big company, so I don't know where they're getting all this money from. So
farming simulator.
Well, there must be because I don't know. I mean, Rooney, I have no idea. Would they tell us? To be honest, as admins, if they would tell us, they'd probably tell us about a week before or something like that. We do get to know a lot of stuff, but any of the top secret stuff like that, we know as much as you. They never tell us because they don't.
Development.
The what? Sorry.
I was just going to say one development they have sort of announced is that they're considering 2-minute turns on PC as well in a couple of seasons' time.
Yeah, I think Gary on the PC admin, he wanted to try that on the PC. It's always been it's more of an argument on the Xbox 2 minutes v 3 minutes. On the PS4, everybody likes 2 minutes. Obviously, the PS4 guys, they're a lot smarter. They know what's good for them. We just say 2 minutes, we'll go with that. It does not affect me either way. To be honest, either way, I would like to see the 2 minutes on the PC just to see how coaches would adapt.
Here, to be honest, like anybody that's actually played me, I think if I make it to a minute and a half in my turns, then I've taken my time or I've went to put the kettle on.
Yeah. So, but hey, we'll see. Right, I think it's time for the draw. Just to let everybody know, so they know we're not pulling a fast one. 2 tickets have not been accepted. One of those is Serious Jest. Shame on you, Jest, that you didn't accept your ticket within 24 hours. How dare you? So that is Serious Jest team, the Forest Dragons. So they will be replaced when he is ready to accept his ticket. And the Raging Muggers, what a name. That is Brett Holmes' Humans. So let's see if I can... This is these 2 teams. So Swag City is the Dragons, and this is a team I personally don't want to go against. So there's the human team, the elf team, very scary, 2,000 high elves. Ugh. And then obviously Hangry Men got in because V-Power went undead instead. And there you go there. So that's their team. Right then, I don't know if you've got into the cup competition itself so you can see all the teams or not. It might be a good idea if you do.
Yeah, I've got it up on my
professional
on my
already.
PlayStation.
That's all right then. Good stuff. So as always, for people who watch the stream, I will press the button, and then we'll go through the first page, and I'll ask Ali who he thinks will win. Then we'll go to the second page, and then we'll finish it off with a lovely Bernie's tip, what everybody wants, and we'll also get Ali's tip as well. See if he can do a lot better than me. What won't be very hard, I know. So are we all ready then? Here we go, and we are live. Ooh. Can I cry now? I don't like my draw. Some interesting draws, so let's go through them all. We have Heart Eater X. That is the Dark Elf team with 2 Strength 4, Agility 5 Dark Elves, and he has a Dark Elf lineman with 5 niggles. 5 niggles. So that's fun. And then we've got my team straight out the draw this time. Feel the Bird versus V-Power V. We played each other twice, one each. Very good coach, so I'm not happy with that. Oh god! And then we've got the Kislev with 4 agility 4 pieces. They were playing the vampires, so that's a tough one for the vampires. Thaz Boys, who really impressed me. That's a good Oak team. They're against Great Biggins. That's Random Man's Kemry. Then the other Nurgle team, Mato Palo, that's Torres Nurgle, will play Better Late Than Never. That's the Chorfs of the Double Agent, as people call him. Darkfist. Triprus, this is interesting. Triprus, that is full of qualification Orcs. They go against Speedo Demons, that's Gerdlis Pornos. And, oh my god, this... you know what? The worst thing about me doing the draw, I can't blame everybody. This first half of the draw is stacked with a lot of the teams I fancy. Horned-Rat Warpstoners, they only have 3 1-turners against Diana's True Story Bro, what is a Bretonian team. And then finally, the Corbinites, that's the Ogre team of Sagravain versus Menzo Baranzan, that is the Dark Elves. We go on to page 2. Interesting. Pong Hands, the Pink Horrors. So that is Pong Hands Chaos against Fist of the Mountain. That's Shagrath, who wanted to go Dwarfs so that he didn't get knocked out by Dwarfs. So that's a terrible draw for him. Raging Muggers, so that's going to be the Humans of Bretholm against Warp to the Guilds. That is Wrestler Rules You. Underworld, so both teams will be happy with that draw, I think. I Want My Mummy, well, that's the other Kemri team. That will play against Wonder Woman's Amazons. That is Rob's Amazons, obviously. And here's a nice one. Lobos, Necro, Dandy's Necros. The team that you would have been, Ali, you would have been going against the Shoddenator. So maybe that might make you feel a bit better. You would have been drawn against the Shoddenator. So Chaos versus Necro, that seems a bit nasty. But that could be tricky for Shod, because Necro, with all that speed, and he probably can get another wolf. But I think when they played each other, Dandy actually conceded after something went wrong with Cheney, so can't concede this time. And then look at this. Projecki, you owe me some big wad of cash. The 2,000 Wood Elves will play against the Halflings. Yes. All good fun, eh? Yes. Wow. Off. Yeah, the tree off. And there's no leaping pylon trees, are there? And then we've got the Case Dwarfs of Groovy. Oh, this will be good. It's against Series Suggest High Elves. What a bloodbath that could be. And then we've got, this is a lovely match. Freddy Red. It's Yudluga. He's our goblin dude. He's played goblins like I love him play them. He plays Jeanette, the bashed heroes, bashed Proels. So he got the best draw he could possibly get. And then finally, right at the bottom, they always say save the best till last. It's Hateful Dead, Jim Sardonic's Necro against Blood and Tears, Blue Man Group, a Bannon with admin dice, Lizards. So let us know if you're in chat how you think of your draw. I hate my draw. No surprise there. But let's go through the teams quickly. So we've got Heart Eater X. So that's the That's the Dark Elf team with all that lovely strength 4, agility 5 leapers and all that stuff against the top seed Mercy Flush's lizards. Who do you think's going to win that one? Because I think I said in my preview, what the 2 lizard teams don't want is to go against leapers, and or like ridiculously agility 5 pieces like the Dark Elves have.
And that's it. I mean, the Dark Elves have got a strength 4 agi 5 blitzer with tackle and mighty blow. I mean, if you're sensible, that guy spends the entire match skink hunting.
Yeah. And the thing is, as well, is when I've seen a lot of his games, I think he's the only guy who gets my assault levels up this high here, because the times I've ripped my hair out playing this guy. But he's blitzer. He just does what he wants when he wants. I piled on, claw-pomped him and everything, and I could not get him off. Best I could do was probably get a knockout. I could never maim them. But this is a nightmare for Mercy. It's not good. There's some serious good quality there.
How do you deal with that blitzer for a start? That's just insane. And then you've got is that sidestep? Is that jump up or diving tackle on the Wrestle Witch?
Let's have a look. That is a jump up, jump up, wrestle, sidestep. So
that's going to be you pop that on the ball while the blitzer's looking after the rest of the skinks.
Yeah.
Developed lizards are good, but I think when you get an elf team, even just with a couple of startups, you always have to think they're in with a good chance. The one saving grace I think for Mercy as well is the elves have only got the 1 guard, so let's have a look, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you'll go in with
a loner. So 1870 you'll have.
Yeah. So if he gets a couple of removals early, you can find that snowballing against the elves a lot of the time, I find.
Yeah.
And that's where you maybe want to.
Yeah. I mean,
keep the skinks back and then try and pick off a few players.
Yeah.
And then you can maybe just start the casualty train rolling.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I think I would get rid of a team reroll. He's got 4 rerolls. I never understand Dark Elf teams with 4 rerolls. I mean, that could save him 50 because he's going to have to have an extra 70 onto the team because of a loner, so he's going to be running 1870. And obviously, don't forget he's got this guy. I mean, it's great he's got him for fluff purposes, but come on, man, how many niggles has he got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got 6 niggles. 6 niggles. Let him go. He won't let him go, but let him go. He's gone. He's done, and he's got he's slow as well. But he does have wrestle. Yes, that's the reason we keep him. So who are you picking out the 2? Who's winning that game?
I'm going to pick Mercy. Mercy Flush. He's got a couple more guard. He's got tackle on there. I think if he keeps the skinks back, protects them early, and just starts removing elves, then you can have all the startups you like, but when you've only got 3 players, it becomes a lot trickier. I think if Mercy can bash them early doors, he takes the win. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go with Hart here because agility 5, strength 4, tackle, leaper, does what it wants when it wants, and he's going to jump in there. That's a nice skink. Give me the ball. I'm going to go score. I've seen this guy play. He plays crazy, and no disrespect to him, but his dice are golden. And
I think it was. I can't remember. That might even have been one of Mac and Seed's. Just
he stresses you out. So I just think, if he does what he uses to the rest of us, I can see yet again the top seed going out first round. So that's my selection there. Next game, Feel the Burn versus Smelly Buttholes. It's Nagel versus Undead. Obviously we both played each other twice this season, 1 each. So who do you fancy here? Would you rather side with my rabble, or would you go with the inducement-ridden Undead?
That's what I'm just trying to find the Undead team here to get a proper look at them. Smelly Buttholes, there we go. V-Power. Try to remember if I played. I must have played that team a couple of times at least.
His position is excellent. Always has been.
that actually looks quite nice. Obviously, he's got his two mummies. One's block stand firm.
Yeah.
Both have got guard. I think is that a niggle on one of the mummies?
Yeah, I niggled one of them.
And he's still got a level up pending on the second mummy.
Yeah.
He's got 2 strength 4 in there. He's got. I'll be honest. This is a tough one.
Yeah, you can see why I didn't want to draw him.
Guard, don't you?
Yeah. I only have the one guard, unfortunately.
So he's already got. Obviously, with Nurgle, I think you go into a lot of games thinking you're going to have the strength advantage. But with 3 guard, 2 strength 4, 2 strength 5.
Yeah.
He could make life difficult for you. It pops a zombie on the beast.
Yeah.
And then tries to leave everybody else free. That is a tricky one.
And he's going to get inducements as well. He's going to get a wizard as well, probably, because you know, it's. I mean, the wizard. He rolled a 1 on the wizard the first time. The second time, the wizard helped him get a win. I had a 3+ pickup with a reroll to have a good chance of going to draw the second game, but failed it. But he is a really good positional. I suppose it depends. The way I look at it here is it depends what damage output the Nurgle will do, because my team is built to remove pieces.
Oh yeah, and that's it.
That's basically what it comes down to.
You've got Claw. You've got. I think he's got 3 Mighty Blow, and I believe you've got more than that.
Yeah.
The one thing
it's a tricky one, isn't it?
I'll be honest, with his team, I'm not sure why he's went Frenzy on a skeleton.
I think he always wanted one, I think.
Like I've not played a lot of undead, but I tend to, probably just because of Necro, I tend to go more zombie than skeleton. But I think you usually, the idea I believe is you keep one skeleton as a fouler.
Yeah.
Just because it moves further, it's easier to foul. I mean, if you were going to put Frenzy, you put that on a white, surely. But there we go. That's what he's went with. So it's an unusual choice. Not just because it's your broadcast.
Okay.
I think your team have got an edge. Like,
it's got to be tough, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, if VPAL wins, it wouldn't be a surprise, because they're both very closely matched.
It could definitely go either way, but I think as long as the beast doesn't get tied down on a zombie for like an entire half, I think you've got enough there that you can start removing players, especially with a niggle on the mummy. If you get rid of that early, that's a big part of his team going.
Yeah, I mean, I feel I feel a lot better now after killing 2 of his players and niggling the other one. It feels like, good job we did that. Because if he'd had them players, it'd have been a lot more scary. But yeah, he's going to have to be careful with that niggled piece, because he'll know I'll come after that. Because if I can remove a mummy out the game, even for a draft, that's huge.
This is one of the ones where it might even just come down to whoever wins the toss. Because I know, obviously, usual logic is you defend first, because that way you've definitely got all your players to defend.
Yeah.
But I think if you win the toss in this one, you receive and hope you remove players.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see how it goes, won't it?
Yeah.
So,
but I think overall, an Ag4 Pestigor, guard, stand firm beast, and quite a lot of claw. What's that? 4 claw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 claw, 2 pylons.
4 claw, 2 pylon, and 5 mighty blow.
There's enough firepower there, so I just got to hope it works.
Especially with a wrestle player, you bring down a couple of his better players with that, put it in the way of folks, so you think he has to hit it.
Yeah.
And if you get the takedown, you foul whatever hit it.
Yeah. So it's good.
I think you do have an edge there.
Right. Good. So I'll blame you if I lose. But let's just quickly go through these. We'll just quickly pick them, although we'll be here all day. The Kislev with all the 4 Agility 4 pieces, and when I say 4 Agility 4 pieces, I don't just mean on his runners. These are actually on linemen and blitzers and that. He goes against the vampires. I can't see anything but a Kislev win here quite comfortably, 2-3-0, I think. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I think if the vampires had been a little bit more developed, I think I would have gave them it, because I've played Wood Elves long enough to know that 3+ leaps will kill you, even with long legs.
Yeah, so he's leaping on 2+ all over the place.
Exactly, and that's it. And the vampires, don't really have that much to bring to the matchup.
They're not developed, at all. So we're both pretty happy with that.
He's getting one of so one of his thralls is armor 6.
Yeah.
He's got 160k in the bank. I think if he's going to keep a 13-player roster, that guy has to go. He's only got 3 vampires.
Yeah, I think it'd be a massive shock if Slane loses that. I really do. I can't see Slane losing that one at all.
Oh, definitely.
The next one's an interesting one. Thars Boys, that's the Orcs, and he's making his debut, and he's against Great Biguns. That's Random Mads Kemri. I can see the Orcs winning this. I'll be honest. I'm sorry, Rand. I can see the Orcs doing them over big time. But he does have 4 strength 5, so it's not the worst matchup for Kemri. You know, they're not going to run away. You know, it's not a really fast team or any leapers in there. I just think the Orcs might do it, but it just wouldn't surprise me if Rand did win. But I'm going to go with the Orcs. I don't know about you. Maybe 2-1.
I'll be honest, pretty much the same.
Yeah.
The Orcs are just maybe bringing a bit more to the game. They've got a bit more about them. And Kemri can lose a match without the opponent doing anything sometimes.
yeah. That is always the case, isn't it? So yeah.
So apologies, Rand, but yeah, I think I go with the Orcs there as well.
Mato Palo, that's Torres Nagel versus better late than never. Dark Fist, like the coach was on everybody's lips. This is a nasty one because I always struggle with Mato, the way his team's developed. I did the preview just before I came on here, and I was like, I don't know what direction he's going with his Nagel team. And then better late than never's been through the ringer. And I was looking at these two thinking, well, if these two match each other, which way does it go? And I was like, well, I'd probably go for a draw, but he can. I could see maybe this going into overtime. If I really don't know. I mean, do you have a clue who you think will win this one? Because I was stuck.
I'm not. I'll be honest. I'm sort of the same because, like Mato Palo, you look at the team and they've only got one claw across the entire team. So, and that's a warrior. Yeah. And you know, normally I think you'd be looking for one of your pests to be the chase after kill things guy.
Yeah.
Only 2 guard on them as well.
Yeah.
Against Chorfs, that. Let me just have a look. I've not looked at Darkfist's team since the season ended, so I didn't see what the final damage was.
I mean, the thing was, the Chorfs have no claw, so he had that kicked out of him. He's got a decent break tackle, Bull. I'm going to give this to Torre for the main reason he's got the better ball handlers in the game. That is the only reason. He's got the strength advantage as well. I think this will be a really smash mouth sort of game. Better late than never really likes to go down the flank really early, and I think that'll make it a lot easier for the Nagel. But and all it takes is a few lucky removals on Chorfs, and then all of a sudden the Chorfs in big trouble. And I just think Torres has got a better ball handler. So just on that, it sounds stupid to pick a Nagel team because of the ball handlers, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with Mato Palo to win that, but I think it's a close one. It's a close one. So who are you going on? Get off the fence. Who are you picking?
I am going to go the other way.
Yep.
I think better late than never continues his late push.
Yep.
And goes through to the next round.
Yep.
The Nurgle have only got 1 claw.
Yeah.
That I think's a big factor in this game. If you don't break armor, you don't remove dwarf players, whether they're normal or chaos.
Yeah.
And if you don't, if you look at the Chorfs, they might have less strength overall, but there is an absolute ton of guard in there as well.
Yeah, I mean they're built well. They're built well out of the guard and they might blow on that.
If he plays carefully and doesn't go the all or nothing down the flanks like he did a couple of times in the ladder itself, and just grinds the Nurgle, he wins this, I think.
Yeah.
If he takes a few risks, I think the Nurgle have got a better chance at maybe picking off the ball and just buggering off with it. But
it's another one of those games, isn't it? It's like it's going to be very tight.
if he plays well, the lack of claw in the Nurgle and the amount of guard he has, I think just gives Darkfist an edge.
Yeah. Fair enough, fair enough. Right, next one, this is an interesting one. It's an MML clash. Full qualification versus Speedo Demons of Gardley. So it's Tripperus versus Gardley. Now, these two teams, I do believe, if memory serves me correctly, both played each other in the normal ladder season, and it drew 1-1.
Right.
You'd expect Tripperus to win this, but I think Gardley's the better coach. And I've seen Gardley do wonders, so I am going to go out on a limb and say the Norse shock the Orcs. And I will tip Gardley to win this. He will be able to get Cheney as well. He will have some inducements. He'll get Cheney. He might get a wizard as well. And I think Gardley gets this done. I really do. That's my first upset of the round.
Fair enough. I'll be honest. As a Necro player, I love Cheney. He is such a good player. The one thing I'm curious is what do they both have? So security. Tripperus has got security gate. Now I think I played both of these guys during the season.
Yep.
If I can remember, I know I spun into Tripperus twice in one day and beat him both times, but it was one of the few days where things seemed to go well for me.
Yeah.
And I think I've only played Gardley the once, and I can't remember how that went. But the Orcs aren't overly developed like you would sometimes see, but they do have, again, they've got a lot of guard, they've got block across most of the important players.
Yeah.
The troll, a block, stand firm troll. You know, that's...
Yeah, I mean, looking player-wise, player-wise, the Orcs should win.
Player-wise, the Orcs absolutely should win. Gardley, though... I don't know both of them well enough. I've only, as I say, this is my first season on PlayStation, so I don't know either of them well enough to say this guy's definitely better.
Yeah.
If purely looking at the team, the Orcs should win.
Yep.
I want Gardley to win just because you've got to keep it Scottish.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
So, no offense, Tripperus, because I know he kicks around a lot of the different streams that I tend to watch as well.
Yep.
So, if you're watching, no offense, I do want Gardley to win, but it's purely on petty nationalist grounds.
That's fine. That's not.
Yeah. As I say, I think it depends. You take Cheney if you can get a wizard as well.
Yeah.
And you can if you turn them over and you keep a big thing for me in a lot of games this season where I was down team value was Cheney going off the pitch.
Yeah.
It's a lot of team value to, like, 240k is a lot of team value to having one player going off the pitch. So if the Orcs can take him out the pitch, whether by blocking him or just Cheney, the thing as well is Cheney's wrestle rather than block.
Yeah.
So Cheney can put himself on the ground a lot to avoid a turnover, and if you gang foul him, you get rid of him.
Yeah. And
you've suddenly dropped that team quite a substantial chunk of team value. So
yeah, it's a tricky one, isn't it?
The Orcs should win it. Just purely looking at the teams, the Orcs should win it, but I do hope Gardley does. Yeah,
I just think I've just got this funny feeling that the claw's going to come big in this game, and Gard will get it done, but it would be a shock. Most people will probably go for Orcs, but we're both going to go for an upset with the Norse. Now, Horned Rat Wobstone with a 3-1 Turners against Dinar's True Story Bro, the Bretts. The Bretonians won the championship on the Xbox last season, so the Bretts usually do well, and Dinar is one of the most finest coaches you'll ever see. And I'm picking the Bretts to beat the Rats. I mean, the Rats have got 3-1 Turners, but I never back against Dana, and I'm not going to start now. So, just purely because it's Dana, I'm going to go for the Bretts.
I'm the same. Skaven can really upset your plans. So they're absolutely a wild card with a shot at doing something in the game. But as you say, Bretts are a very solid team in the playoff format. It's been the same on PC. The Bretonians have won OCC over on PC, like the league I play in twice. I think that was Pidpad both times, and he's a good player. So,
yeah,
Dinar, from what I've seen, is a decent player as well. I think the Bretonians win.
Yeah, he was a 2+ away in overtime. GFI to win a championship and rolled a 1 and lost it. Sadly, yeah, not very good. Yeah. Ogres, the Corbinites, or Dark Elves of 183. I'm going Ogres. I'm going Ogres here. Yeah, yeah.
I'm going Ogres as well.
Yeah.
If I had never seen the Corbinites, I would say, Dark Elves every day.
Yep.
But I played the Corbinites, and I just managed a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, and he's a good coach.
On the sort of final few days of the season, when it was myself and Lobos chasing that, not Lobos, Dandy chasing that spot.
Yeah.
I think
he beat Dandy, didn't he? 2-1.
He beat Dandy 2-1, I think it was.
It was, yeah.
And some of the ogres he's got are absolutely ridiculous. Like if you have best ogres, I'm going to say Corbinites win, just on the basis of the teams.
Yeah,
if
I agree.
Boneheads though, that's the big downfall every time with ogres, is if you just don't make your bonehead rolls.
I mean, at least they're not learners, so
exactly, and that's the good thing. So I'm going to say Corbinites definitely.
Yeah,
there we go.
I agree. So basically, Shagrath decided to go dwarfs this season. He said, right, I'm going to be dwarfs. I'm going to crush all these teams, and it ran into a very well balanced, claw-heavy Chaos team first up. As good as Shagrath is, I think Ponghans gets this done. There's so much it's such a well-balanced team, this Chaos, but they've got enough Claw and Mighty Blow and piling on in there to make these dwarfs cry. Ponghans for me.
I'm going the other way.
You're going with Shagrath.
I'm going Shagrath, yeah. The thing is, right, before looking at his team, if you're just purely looking at the team value of the two, you're thinking, that's 500 team value down, almost. It's only a 1490 dwarf team, but a dwarf team at 1490 is so efficient, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And when you look at his team, he's got a movement 7 blitzer.
Mm-hmm.
He has,
his big troll slayers out though.
His big troll slayers out. So, but at the same time, you can induce Grim, and that brings you back to 2 slayers, and that's a strength 4 slayer as well, which is quite a nice piece.
I mean, he'll be able to get the Death Roller, what's good, and he might be able to get Brow.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
I would definitely go Death Roller.
You just look at the amount of guard he actually has, and Mighty Blow and Claw's all well and good, but if you can't actually make a 2 dice hit, you don't want to go into a 1 dice war with dwarfs, because the simple fact of the matter is, and I've said to a lot of people, like, dwarfs out of the box are brilliant. Almost every player you need to have block has block, and the fact that they've got all that tackle isn't a factor in this game. But the amount of actual guard he's got, I think Shagrath wins it just on the basis that it's hard to make 2 dice blocks when you get that much guard against you.
It's a good point. I just think Ponghans will manoeuvre around the guard and get it done, to be honest. But Shagrath's a very good coach, and we'll see. The next game is, it's not actually on there. It's the Humans of Bratholme versus Resno's Underworld. Resno's a cheeky monkey, so I'm going to go with the Underworld because he's a shrewd coach, and I think he might just have enough tricks in the book to beat the Humans. So I will go with Resno against Bratholme in that one. Okay,
I'll be honest, I've not seen either of these teams, so let me just get a quick look.
Yeah, the human team, they're actually
the humans aren't there yet.
No.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to pick one, we'll go on.
I don't know. As I say, I don't know, and it'll come down to, I think, with Underworld.
He's got a couple of claw pieces.
Yeah, you've got a couple of claw, and then there's always just. I'm going right. I can't be bothered looking up his team, to be perfectly honest.
Yep.
I'm going to bet there's a couple of 2-head goblins, that type of thing kicking around.
Yeah.
There's always a couple of 2-head goblins and a couple of claw Skaven. If he can get the claw working and the goblins just running around causing havoc, Underworld are always in with a chance.
Yeah.
So I think humans on paper will always be a better pick. 9 times out of 10 they should win, but that other time you'll find that there's just so much going on. Just goblins running through tackle zones without a care in the world. So I don't know them well enough to pick without seeing both teams, but it could go. It's one of the ones. It'll depend on the dice, probably.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky, isn't it? But so who are you going for? Are you going for the Underworld or are you going for the humans?
I'll pick Underworld just for the sake of fun.
Fair enough. So we've both gone for Underworld there. I want my Mummy Was Khemri versus Rob's Amazons. A very close game. I'm picking the Khemri because Amazon only have 2 rerolls, and I don't like any team with 2 rerolls, especially a team with Agility 3. So on that basis, I'm taking Khemri every day.
I'm going Khemri as well. I think the Amazons just don't bring enough to that matchup.
No, with 2 rerolls. I mean, you've got to think of overtime as well. And it shot himself in the foot before going with 2 rerolls. And as good as a coach Rob is, it's so hard with 2 rerolls. And Freeman's a very good coach as well, and I think he will have enough on him. So yeah, I'm with you, Khemri all the way on that one. The next one's a tricky one though. Dandy, with quite a bit of momentum, comes up against Shod's kill stack chaos team. Can you see the Necro pulling off a shock?
No.
No. As simple as that. No.
It is, yeah. And Shod's team are just ridiculous. Obviously, Dandy pulled off a hellier run at the end of the season, but I don't think he's really got enough there that he can overcome it.
No.
He'd need to get really lucky early, and the fact he's not managed a dub. Oh, wait a minute, he has actually. I was about to say he's not managed a double on the Wolves. He has, but he's went dodge instead of mighty blow, which is
dodge is a single. Dodge is a single on a Wolf.
Oh yeah, sorry. I play Necro as well, and I'm forgetting this thing. I put in 90 games with Necro last season, and I can't remember what's a blooming single or a double. But so he's not got the double, and that's a big factor a lot of the time with your werewolves. I wouldn't even have taken dodge on that piece ahead of another tackle, although it wouldn't really factor for this match against Chaos so much.
No, it wouldn't.
But no, I just don't see them being developed enough that they can overcome Shod.
Yeah, it's a tricky one because you've got Shod who does amazingly well in the playoffs against Dandy who doesn't do well in the playoffs. You've got Shod's team probably better on paper than the Necro team. So everything is going Shod's way. I'm going to pick Shod, but I've got a bad feeling for him in this game. I really do.
Every single thing's in Shod's favour, so Dandy will win.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm worried about here. I'm going to go with Shod. I'll never back in Shod with that team.
You have to pick Shod for this one, but you can see an upset.
Yeah, you can see an upset there. He's going to have to be on his toes for that one. But yeah, I'll go with you. The next one, well, this won't take long. 2000 TV Wood Elves versus Halflings, who played 2 games.
Yeah.
Do we really say anything but maybe 4-5-0 win for the Wood Elves? Yep. Okay, we'll move along with that one. The next one,
to the half ones, though.
Yeah, kill a few. Groovy, he's deadly Chaos Dwarfs against Serious Jest's High Elves, both around 2000 TV. This is a really tricky game because obviously you've got the brute strength and power and the killy of the Chorfs against Serious Jest, who plays High Elves every season in the ladder, and he's got a 2000 TV Elves. This is a really hard one. I think it could come down to a coin flip. If I had to pick, I'd go with Serious Jest because he's got enough High Elves to take the attrition and win. But he does like to roll a lot of ones, does Jest.
That's pretty much standard with Elves, I think.
So
that's been my experience with them anyway. But like 2000 TV. Yeah, they also have got enough skills on the team.
Yeah.
That they should be able to just keep away from all the tackling guard.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be a factor. You just play a standard elf game of just picking your blitz, and that's your if your blitz is the only block you make the entire half, you'll probably win.
Yeah. It's going to be if it can make them 2+s to disengage against Ruby's shorts.
Yes. And that's it.
And usually when I've seen him play in the playoffs and when I've seen him play in normal games, he does roll a lot of ones, especially on GFRs as well. So Jesse needs to bring his dice, his decent dice. If he does, I think he'll squeak it. But that is a really, really hard game. And you'd imagine Gruby will make sure they're not 2,000 TV after that game, regardless of whoever wins.
That's it. If the High Elves go through, they'll have inducements the next round.
Yeah, and whoever wins gets to play the 2,000 TV Wood Elves. Yay! So I'm sure they'll be happy with me. Freddy the Red Yudluger, the Goblins versus the smashed to pieces Heroes Pro Elves. As bad as the Pro Elves are and as good as the Goblins are played by Yudluger, and he's a very good Goblin player, I've seen Hero with bad teams take apart better races than Goblins. So I'm going to go with the Pro Elves winning this one. I think they'll just do enough. If the Freddy the Reds, if they can get enough attrition early doors, then they could pull off the shock. But I've seen Hivio play so many times in this sort of situation and wins most. So I will go with the Pro Elves just on that. Ironically, if it's somebody else, I'd probably go with Goblins because it's Hivio and that's his race. I'll go with Jeanette.
Yeah, I think you have to go with the Pro Elves. The thing as well is the smashed up team probably plays in his favour as well. If he was a much higher team value, then the Goblins would be bringing a lot more inducements to the game.
Yeah.
And as it is, they're like both stunted. I say both stunted teams because I'm not counting the Ogres as a stunted team at the moment because I've seen them.
Yeah.
This Goblin team has. Yeah, he's rolled a double on the troll and got block, but that's just about it. Like a guard on one troll standard, you expect that, so it's not as if it's an unexpected thing that you're going to have to suddenly overcome.
Yeah.
He's not got the development he needs, I think, to overcome the elves. Is the short version.
Yeah, I think if he needs to get the attrition early and get cut 4 or 5 of them down as early as he can. If he can, then he's got a chance.
And that's that, because I mean, I know from my own experience, I've been playing Wood Elves the last couple of seasons in OCC and I have been all but pitch cleared by halflings and pitch cleared by goblins in the last 2 seasons.
Well, that's it when you want your AB7, you know, it can be done, can't it?
And the thing as well is because it's Pro Elves, they're not really going to be in a position to run away from you as much as a Wood Elf team would. And
they're not as well protected, these Pro Elves, as well. And if he gets them down, you'd imagine he's going to stamp on them as well. So it's a tricky game, this.
Aye. There's no strength on there. It is pure agility, but without the speed that you sometimes need.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Bloodstep Agi 6 Blitzer.
Yeah.
Is going to be a lot of fun for anybody. So I think the Pro Elves take it.
Yeah.
Just purely on the fact that they probably just run around the Goblins, steal the ball, and score a couple of times, regardless of
and then they might
else.
get murdered. Yeah. Final game then. Final game. We got Hateful Dead. That's Jim's Necro.
And Blue Man Group.
But is Anania's Lizards, and this is a team that's been hyped up a lot. A lot of people fancied this Lizardman team to win it all, and they said, Bernie, surely this is going to be a Bernie's tip. And I know Nani will be delighted if I tip this team. Who do you think wins this one? This is a tricky one.
It is, and that's the thing. Towards the end of the season, Jim was almost, I think, going to be going with
Undead.
With the Undead. Because he had a bit of a setback with the Wolves on his team.
He did.
However, so it's 2 level 2 Wolves he's got now.
Yeah,
but a level 2 Wolf has block, and that can be enough sometimes.
Yeah.
The rest of his team's excellent. I mean, the strength up, Agi up,
Ghoul,
Blood, Sure Hands, Ghoul.
Yeah.
If that guy doesn't get touched, he runs away with the game.
Yeah,
that's a player that will win the game.
Yeah.
Both Flesh Golems, block and guard, and he's got a mighty blow on one of them, and that was one of my downfalls. Is I lost one of my developed flesh golems, so I was having to play a few games without that the guard and block in there, and that cost me, I think.
Yeah.
Six guard across the team. That is, even you look at the werewolves and think, oh, they could be better, but a werewolf's great once you've got block on it. You know, there's not a lot more that you actually have to have on it for it to hit things. Your main thing's just to control where you're going with it sometimes. So if you're careful with the blitzes and the frenzy, that's probably enough to carry off any game. But again, then you look at the Blue Man group.
Yeah, they've got agility 4 skink, what's always nice, and then he's got a short hand blodge skink with sidestep and sprint. He's got a really nice Saurus number 2 break tackle. He's got a block on the Crocs. I mean, there's only, I think, 60 TV difference between them both. And obviously, Jim can add another 40, so he's got 100k.
It might come down to regen working or not, this one, I think.
Yeah.
Because the Lizards out strength the Necro. The Necro have got slightly more guard, but 4 guard on a Lizard team, when you're already strength 4 or strength 5 is pretty good. He's got block on all of his Saurus. He's got block on 2 of the important skinks. Yeah. Like the sure hand sidestep sprint. His one turner skink is blodged. His agi skink's blodged. You form a screen of Saurus and you're probably going to win. Yeah.
I mean, it's a close one.
It's close. I think the Lizards edge it. Sorry, Jim.
Yeah.
But it could really go. It's 50-50 to be honest. It's just a hunch. If anything, that the Lizards take it.
I've got to agree with you. I'm going to slightly go with the Lizards just because they've got so much more strength. But obviously, if I was a Bannon, I'd be very scared of that ghoul. That ghoul could easily win him the game.
Definitely.
You've got to be careful.
If I was to pick anything from these matches, this is the one I want to watch.
Yeah, it'll be a cracker for sure. I
absolutely intend to be making sure I know when that's been played.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, so we come to the final bit of the show. Who wins the full thing? So, Ali, you have the pleasure. We need one from either side and then the winner. So you've got to pick one team from either side to get to the final and who will win it all. Right. So easy that, isn't it? And everybody can't wait to see my Bernie's tip. Or I think I know what I'm going for. I think I know. Now I've seen the draw.
I'll be honest. I think if Onania gets past Jim, that's a team. It doesn't have a lot of development, but it's got the right development, if that makes sense. So I think if he gets past Jim, that could be a team that makes the run to the finals.
Right. So Blue Man Group. So that side you're going for that for the final, then, yeah?
Yeah.
First side's a bit harder.
It is. Who do I think? So.
It's not easy, is it?
It's really not, actually. I mean, I'm trying to remember who I tipped just in the first match.
Hey mate, you tipped him to win it, but he went against him. What sort of co-announce is that? Hey Bernie, what the hell, man?
That's it. Because either of those teams could do a number on the rest of that side of the field as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think. Oh, who did I pick? Did I pick the
Just guess and pray that you've tipped him.
I think it could be Lizard versus Lizard.
Oh, Lizardpool FC versus Blue Man's Group. A Lizard face? Well, I'll tell you what, if that happens, I'll be gobsmacked.
Shod could absolutely ruin that prediction for me.
Very much so.
We could see a Lizard final.
And which of the two Lizard teams gets your tip then? We get to the Ali tip to win it all. Which Lizard team?
Ooh. Oh, that's
It would be an admin versus admin final as well.
Yeah.
For all you anoraks out there, there has been an admin final. An Ania. There you go.
Yeah, Blue Man Group I think would take that. So I'm going to tip Blue Man Group to win if he gets past Jim.
Right. So there you go. It will be the second admin final. Gimlick versus myself was the first admin final, just in case anyone wanted to know. My two then. Right, here we go then. I'm going to pull off. Obviously, I can't tip myself. So I'm going to pull off, as I like to do, I'm going to pull off a team what everybody's going to raise their eyebrows up at. And I think if he gets past the first round, like you said with your guy, I think he could get himself a very much deserved first title. So on my page, I pray it's me, but if it's not me, I'm going to go for True Story Bro, Dana's Bretonians. I think he'll get it. I think he'll beat the rats. I don't think he'll fear the Cobra Knights because he has Dauntless all over the place. He could take care of Fluke Qualification, no Speedo Demons, and better late than never, Mato Palo. Good teams, but nothing to be scared about there. And I really fancy Dana to go all the way here. I was going to go for V Power V, but I felt I couldn't do because I feel like if I lose, I hope I take most of them down with me. So on that side of the draw, Dana and the Bretonians. Yes, I do have a soft spot for Bretonians, but I'd go with them. And on the other side, and this is where my Bernie's tip is. So anyone on this side of the draw, my Bernie tip is on this side. And this is the team what will make the final, and I think will win the full thing. Are we all ready? It is Blood and Tears Blue Man Group. Nope, I'm only kidding. It's not really. It's B Hippie 2. B Hippie 2, I think he'll win the... he gets the Bernie's tip. Project's already won it with Wood Elves. And he's got a bye in the first round. I don't care what anyone says. He'll waltz through that. I think his only tricky game in the full side of that draw is if he comes up against Serious Jest High Elves. That's the only worry, because the Goblins and the Pro Swap thingy, he won't be scared of Abandon's Lizards. He'll just jump in and take the ball off him. He won't be scared about the Necro. The other side, the top half of the draw, maybe Pink Horus might be a slight concern. He won't be worried about the Dwarfs. What's a bit weird, maybe Wood Elves. Yeah, I suppose Shod. He's got a good record against Shod, so I don't think he'd be worried about Shod. And he's AV7, so he doesn't really care. I think B Hippie 2. His only worry is Serious Jest. If he meets Serious Jest. If he doesn't meet Serious Jest, and I do believe Serious Jest has knocked out Projecki before in the playoffs with High Elf, so there's a bit of spice there. But I'm really confident in giving my Bernie's tip to the one and only Projecki and the Wood Elves. So that's my tip. It's going to be a Bretonian Wood Elf final. And Projecki wins his second title. So there we go. We're done. Don't forget, Anania, if you lose first round, blame Ali. He cares to you.
Yeah,
and obviously,
totally my fault.
It's his fault. Nobody else's. And obviously, Projecki, you're not going to be blaming me because you're going to be winning the title. So, hey, we don't need to even think about losing. And you got Halflings first round, so hey, no problems. So that's it. We're done. I hope everybody got what they wanted. I'm sort of not happy with mine, but hey, I can't blame no one but myself. Thanks for Ali for taking his time to come out and help me go through all this. And you've got until not this Sunday, next Sunday, because obviously the way we do it is if you accept a ticket early, then you get more time to do the first round. Hopefully we can get it done before then, but if not, the cut-off point is not this Sunday, it's following Sunday. So yeah, thanks for keeping everyone in chat, keep talking to us all. Thanks again for Ali, and may the best tip win. Take care, guys, and see you later. Bye-bye.